Hello, and welcome to this journey that I'm about to embark on. A journey that will consist of much confusion, probably some bad decisions, but hopefully, in the end, success of some sort. I thought it might be a little entertaining and maybe slightly inspirational, so I figured I'd bring you guys along. My name is Matt. I have no engagement online, but I figured this is a great way to start sharing what I want to accomplish. And what I want to accomplish is a 3D printing business, and of course, content creation. A little cliche, I know, but it looks like it could be a very successful idea if you find the right niche that really works for you, and the possibilities are only restricted by my imagination. So, a great opportunity is what it looks like. I currently have a Prusa Mark 3S Plus printer with a lot of character. And what do I mean by character? I mean that between the previous owner and me, it has not been taken care of the best. From improper storage to some crazy failed prints and almost no maintenance, it is amazing that it can print anything right now. But despite its quirks, I have done the best I can to get it printing in a somewhat good quality. It is not perfect, but it's good enough for now, and I will explain more of that later. I am not an engineer. I studied physics in college, so troubleshooting mechanical issues and fixing said issues is a little bit more difficult for me. That being the case, I went and bought a new 3D printer, the Prusa Core 1 Plus. And I know if you keep up with the 3D printing world in any capacity, you know that is an interesting choice for the price point and the options that come with it. The printer is $1,000. I got the kit, so I have to build it. And with my non-engineering brain, I will have to make sure that I do that correctly, but that should be a fun adventure. That printer is currently back ordered, so in the meantime, there is much that can be done before it arrives and before I can start printing out crazy quality prints at lightning speed, such as gathering ideas, modeling, prototyping, and getting the online store set up. I will be using Etsy, big surprise there, to sell my 3D prints, and it will be print on demand. So after the initial finished products that I make, I will only have to make them or print them when somebody buys them. So I don't have to deal with inventory, which is great. I only have to worry about demand and the print times. However, since in the beginning that won't be a problem because I don't have any demand, so that'll be easy. I don't have to worry about that. And maybe one day, hopefully, it'll turn into a print farm. That is the dream. I have no experience in any business adventure apart from a few random items that I've sold on eBay, and I've experimented a little bit with videoing and editing, but not on like a production YouTube scale. I know enough to put lights behind me or in front of my face. I have kind of a nice camera and, of course, a microphone. I do have hobby experience in 3D printing, but not on a production scale. They're little like knickknacks and useful items for me, but they're not the highest quality prints, but they work good enough. But I need to get that quality higher if I'm going to be selling things. So bear with me as I start this journey and learn the hard way of doing things, because that's probably what I'm going to do, but you learn from doing it the hard way, and I will do my best to keep it interesting. That being said, I'm also really interested in seeing if all those YouTube videos of with the titles of making thousands of dollars in my first month of my 3D printing farm, or I quit my job to start a 3D print farm and blah, 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 to see if those are actually possible for a regular person to actually make happen. The thing that I feel goes on with those YouTubers is they already have experience of doing new things and venturing out. They have more resources and connections that they built already through their online engagement, whereas all I have is a dream, and that's about it. So we will find out together if that is indeed possible for a regular person to make it happen. This is only the start of a broader enterprise adventure that I have in mind, but I need to get my foot in the door, and I feel that at the Etsy store and YouTube is the right step in the beginning. But more on that later down the line, and hopefully I could branch out and do something amazing in the future, but only time will tell, one step at a time. So what am I going to sell? Well, I have 4 ideas that I'm starting with. All of these are simple, and keep in mind they are not the best looking, I am aware, but I'm still learning how to design something that people would like, and it's still the learning process of how to get everything set up and put on the store and how to print things efficiently. So keep that in mind. The first is a tabletop headset stand with a customizable gamer tag and or nameplate. I plan to have a couple of different colors in these, with the nameplate being its own separate color if the customer wishes it. I figured that the customizability aspect will go a long way to stand out slightly among the crowd, because I know there's a lot of these out there on the market. I plan to make these at a PETG just because I have mostly PETG at the moment in a wide variety of color, and I'm erring on the side of caution because I believe PETG is stronger than PLA, and I figured with a headphone stand that would be beneficial. The next idea is a hanging paper towel holder kit. I got annoyed with my classic cheap paper towel holder that I own and decided to make a hanging one for myself and thought, hey, this might be a really easy kit to put together and sell. And I will also make it out of PETG. Again, that's what I have most of. And I tried to make this one aesthetically pleasing with the design on the side, but I think it works pretty well for the little kit. The third idea is aesthetically looking tissue box covers, both for the little square ones and for the long rectangle ones. This is a really simple idea that you can get creative with and that I thought might be able to sell pretty decently if I make them look good enough. And these ones I want to order some matte PLA because I think that looks really nice from what I've seen. I just have to order that, and I just think it looks really nice. But I don't have those designed at the moment, but that's next on my list. The final idea is even simpler than that, and it's just a simple little box with a customizable name on the top. I'm starting this business in the middle of the holiday season. It might be too late by the time I get everything set up to sell these, but I think little knickknacks and customizable knickknacks goes a long way, especially in the holiday season, but at least it'll be up for next year and the years to follow. As you can see, I have a couple prototypes for everything at the moment, and the next step is making them look nice in general, and then taking really nice pictures and uploading a nice sounding descriptions on the Etsy shop with that, and just trying to sell it as best as I can. I figured the designing part is really the hardest part of this whole process, but after that, I think it's really worth it because once you put these on the website, they're up there for as long as you want them to be. So say I put these 4 things up and they could still be making me money and or selling years down the line, and all I have to do is just send them to a printer and print it out whenever somebody orders it. So I think that's really nice and worth it in the long run. I also want to put as many items as I can up on the store just for the sake of more of a chance for someone to click on something and they visit my store. If I only have one thing compared to 100 things, that's 100 more chances of someone finding my shop. So I'm going to try to pump out as many high quality or higher quality things that I can on the Etsy shop. But those are all my ideas and my plans at the moment. Obviously, it's still a work in progress, and I'm probably making this video way too early, but I got excited, and I really wanted to start from the beginning and show everyone kind of my thought process. And if anybody has any ideas or recommendations, I will gladly read them and listen to them. Anyways, I will keep updating along the way. And hopefully in the next video, I will have mostly everything finalized and set up on the store. And maybe, if we're lucky, maybe even our first sale. So we will see. Nevertheless, until next time, until the next video, take care, guys, and I will keep you updated.